Good evening. So tonight, Oakland's Police Commission voted to terminate the chief and request that I, as mayor, join them in a joint no-cause termination, which I accepted. The Police Commission is the community's voice. The voters of Oakland in 2016 created the most powerful and independent police commission in the country. Tonight they exercise that power. It's my duty as the mayor to recognize the role and authority of this commission, and also to recognize when the trust between the police commission and the police chief has become irrevocably broken. And that will prevent this city from moving forward. I do want to express my gratitude to Chief Anne Kirkpatrick. She stood up and came to Oakland 3 years ago in the wake of a very shameful episode for our department, and she provided steady leadership for these last 3 years. Under her leadership, Oakland has seen a historic reduction in gun violence, as well as in officer-involved shootings. Her anti-racial profiling policies have created significant reductions in discretionary stops of African Americans. I remain very grateful for her service to this city for the last 3 years. And I'm happy to take any questions.
What happened? You just laid out a lot of accomplishments there.
In Oakland, you have to earn the trust of every key stakeholder. And under Oakland's system that was put in overwhelmingly by the voters, the police commission holds this authority and a key role. And if this commission unanimously does not continue to have confidence in this chief, I believe that it is my duty to heed their request, as well as to recognize that without that trust, we cannot move the city forward.
You said this was not prompted by them.
That is not correct. It was absolutely prompted by them. Do you
Yes.
want to correct that?
Oh, yes, I did say that we brought it forth first, and we were happy that Mayor Schaaf decided to join us in this decision.
Yeah, it was initiated by the police commission.
Was there any issue in particular that prompted it? You didn't seem to have any specifics.
Yeah. Well, we can all, again, this is a no-cause termination. I think the commission chair laid out concerns, and we will stick to our statement. It is a personnel matter, so I have to be limited in what I speak about. And I will share that I did share this action with Chief Kirkpatrick this evening.
When was the chief told?
I called her and informed her directly after the vote.
And can you tell us anything of how she felt or what she said? What was her reaction?
This is a personnel matter, and so I want to be respectful.
So they mentioned there's going to be an option for a payout here. You okay with that?
The terms of the chief's contract that we executed when she came to Oakland contained a standard provision that under a no-fault separation, the chief is entitled to a 1-year salary as severance. But that is conditioned on her signing a release of claims.
You brought Chief Kirkpatrick in. She's now on the way out. How do you feel about this? I mean, this is one of your picks.
Yeah. I think that being a police chief in America is one of the hardest jobs. That we are in a moment of tremendous change in policing, and that all chiefs face this challenge. I also know that we have an incredible department, that the men and women of the Oakland Police Department come to work every day to serve the people of Oakland, to serve the community. This department has seen many changes in leadership. They are very resilient, and I have every confidence that they will continue to provide excellent service to the people of Oakland.
The police union put out a statement basically describing Chief Kirkpatrick as respected by the police rank and file. It's a loss. Any response to that?
Chief Kirkpatrick is a very well-respected professional in her field, and it does not surprise me at all that the rank and file and many members of the community will be extremely saddened by this action. Again,
Diversity of voices. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Any other questions? Anyone?
No? I think you just hit the lights. Ah,
Do you think 3 years was enough?
you know, for a big city chief, 3 years is not an unusual tenure. This is an incredibly challenging job. There is such a diversity of stakeholders that you have to build and maintain trust with, and Oakland is even more complicated because we have the strongest, most independent police commission. We also have a monitor and a compliance director and the involvement of the courts. So Oakland is a very complex and demanding environment. And I also share the aspirations of Chair Jackson that that next leader is out there ready to move this city forward to our next stage.
Mayor, that begs the question, would you be looking for somebody internally, or are you going to do a nationwide search?
I intend to do a nationwide search.
I remember the search. There was all these chiefs that she kind of had replaced. Talk about her picking her, and this job is now ahead of you guys.
Yeah, I do not regret choosing Chief Kirkpatrick, and I believe there are many examples of ways that she served our city extremely well over these 3 years. But I must respect the authority and role of our independent police commission. I must respect key stakeholders who must have trust in our police chief. That is what you're seeing tonight.
Mayor Schaaf, did the monitor Robert Warshaw weigh in at all on any of this? I mean, Oakland sort of can't just fire its police chief without consulting with the court. Did the monitor say he had issues with Chief Kirkpatrick? Did the monitor say he has issues with this firing?
The court order requires that I confer with Chief Warshaw with these types of personnel decisions. I did, and he had no objection. I also think it is well documented that several of the monitor's compliance reports raise concerns.
Raise concerns about the chief.
Yes.
How tough a job is it going to be now in this search?
Again, I think being a police chief in America is a very hard job. But Oakland is an incredible community. We have an incredible police force, incredible men and women that have come with hearts for public service, that are the hardest working department in the country. That is documented by the number of 911 calls that they respond to. And Oakland has many accomplishments that a leader should be proud to be associated with. Again, record drops in gun violence, incredible work around a reduction in discretionary stops of African Americans, the use of implicit bias training, the first use of body-worn cameras. These are all things that people recognize Oakland as a leader in. Now we must do more. Policing is in a moment of evolution. And again, the voters of Oakland put this independent police commission in place to play this role. Are we good? All right.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.